So we're down here at the Ball Players Conference. It's Marco Island. It's March 21st, right? Is it 21st? Okay, and so the one thing I want to impress upon what I've experienced with the wave is how fast the workouts are. That's just sort of mind-blowing. How is it able to generate that level of muscle activation in such a short period of time? Because when I listened to you, it seemed like you could do an entire body workout in 25 minutes. That seems unbelievable. My training was 3 hours long in the weight room.
Now, what you're looking at is you have to understand the situation that you're in and the situation where there's a lot of stresses on the joints. You can't go out and do a 3-hour workout anymore.
Right.
So what's happening now is with that vibration, that 2 minutes per body part, that came from the ability to do high intensity training in a very short period of time. But where we get that from is that we've actually had some very good research looking at the forces that's on your body when you're undergoing this.
Right.
So what we do is we look at the forces and say, you know what, this is how much dose of vibration your body can actually handle.
Right.
I got an example. I had an athlete on who went crazy and did half an hour of push-ups on this thing.
Right.
And I said, you only need about 2-3 minutes, and he laughed at me and he continued doing it. And he hadn't called me back for about 3 days. And finally I got a hold of him and he says, I couldn't go out and train for 4 days. I said, what does that feel like? He goes, it felt like I'm overtraining.
Wow.
I said, well, there you go. So it took him 30 minutes of an exercise program to really realize that is too much. So he realized vibration is a short period of time to be able to do similar things you can do in a longer period of time.
So if I looked at, if there was a way to measure muscle activation from a 3-hour workout, and I put that total over here, and if I take the wave machine for a 20-minute workout, those could actually be equal?
What the research has shown is that if I take somebody who works out on a wave machine for about 20 minutes, and then that same group of people went out and exercised with weight training for about half an hour to an hour, and you do that for 12 weeks, you get the same strength gains.
Wow.
So it's just the fact that you're recruiting more muscles because it's an involuntary muscle contraction. If I'm recruiting more muscles around the joint, that's what we need to do to stabilize that joint. We can't do that consciously, but we can do that involuntarily.
Right.
And that's what's happening with the wave.
Okay, cool. Right.